Happy Tuesday. It's your girl Tori with Clearing the Air Tarot, and I'm here to do a quick Tarot Tuesday message for you guys. Keep in mind this is a general reading and it may not resonate with everybody. If you want something more specific, please go ahead, click the link to my website. If you're on Instagram, the link is in my bio. If you're on YouTube, the link is in the description box below. And this message is, I feel guided to read for people who are still skeptical about occultism, the otherworldly, your spirit team, your spirit guides, your ancestors, people who may not really dig the tarot a whole lot. And I mean, if you're watching this video, it kind of interests you. And this message is also for people who you've kind of dipped your toe in, but only watching tarot readings as far as you'll go, because it's just a little bit too scary for you, or it's a little unnerving if we're for the first time. So I feel called to do a reading for you guys. So like I said, this may not resonate with everyone because this is a general reading. And I'd like to start off by saying I understand exactly how you guys feel. I know that seems impossible now because, as you can see, I read tarot. Sorry, I look a hot mess. I just came home from work. But I do understand. I'm 28 years old. I grew up in the church my whole life, up until I was 18, and I went away to college, and I kind of stopped going as much as I used to. And, if you grew up Christian, if you grew up in a Christian household, you already know, tarot is the devil, and you shouldn't be playing with those things. You're inviting spirits into your home and all that crazy stuff. My eyes got super big. I can honestly say that my perspective has changed because I've grown as a person, because I've grown spiritually, and emotionally. And if I want to be honest, my spiritual growth started when I decided to tackle my traumas, from the past, from my childhood, from intimate relationships that I've been involved in. It has all led up to this point. And I am so grateful for all of the struggles. I'll share my story one day. Today's not going to be that day. I've talked for long enough. So if you consider yourself a skeptic or just unsure, this message is going to be for you. I really feel it for you guys. And so for those of you who don't know, it's more than just a reader reading the individual cards. The individual cards themselves, when they were created, they were given meaning. However, when a reader is using his or her intuition, they're putting together a story with a bunch of individual pictures. And that's kind of how our life is, right? So we have all of these different characters, individuals, places that kind of make up our story as a whole as we keep going. You don't necessarily know how these very different pieces fit, but eventually you get to a point where you look back on it and you start to understand where the pieces fall. And this is to my battle buddy, Walker. I can already hear you making fun of my shuffling. I'm gonna need you to not. It's just a message to him, y'all. Okay. Anyway. We're going to look at the things that have been appearing in your life. And then we're going to look at how that's leading you to learn more or engage with your spirit team and your spiritual journey. So what's been going on that's leading you to this point. Okay, so the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is a card that's about heartbreak and basically healing those past traumas like I talked about. So that kind of wanted to come out of the deck as I was shuffling. So what's been going on in your lives? This is the Five of Cups, and I'm going to let you guys take your time and look at the card. You see there's two cups standing here, and there seems to be an individual here by the river, and there's just three cups that have just been completely laid waste. And he looks sad, right? Like he looks hurt and disappointed by the fact that those cups have spilled. You guys have experienced a lot of regret. A lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and life wouldn't be this way if this didn't happen. Life wouldn't be this way if this person hadn't walked out. These are the three cups that I used to have. This is something that I used to have, and I've watched it fall, and there was nothing I could do, is what I'm getting from this. You guys also got the Tower. This has been happening in your lives. You can already see it's a very chaotic scene. You have two men. One of them's a king. I believe the other one's a jester. And they're falling out of this tower because lightning has struck it. And if you notice, the crown of this tower has fallen off. But don't you see how it doesn't fit? You see how this is a circle and this is a square? And it's like the universe just came in and just... Poof. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. Camera cut out for a second. So this tower moment, this is basically a life-changing event for you. This could be a sudden ending to a relationship, a sudden disappointment, being fired from a job. This can also be just your family being uprooted, money being gone. There's a lot of different things at play here. So there seems to be an energy amongst you guys specifically who you're still kind of unsure of, all of the spirituality that people have been getting, the spirituality and the aesthetic and people getting into it. You're unsure of it. And the reason why you're so unsure is because in your mind, it's like, if the universe really does work that way for people, if the universe can give somebody secrets and you can know what's happened, or you can know what's happening before it's even happened, then why didn't I get a warning? Why didn't I get told that this is how this is? Why couldn't they predict this so that maybe my life could have been saved, or my relationship could have been saved, or my job and my money? I wouldn't have had to go through this. I'm going to say, for those of you who don't know, and it really is just a lack of understanding and lack of knowing if you're not in it. If God, the universe, the divine, whatever you want to call this entity, this energy, gave us all the answers, we would never truly understand the complexities of the lives that we lead as human beings with free will. We would also never grow. We would never learn. We would never have that experience. And it's not to say that all the negative things that you've been going through is for your own good. The negative things that you've gone through, they hurt. The negative things that I've gone through hurt. And it's very difficult to reprogram your mind after you've experienced life a certain way for so long. And so what happens when you start a spiritual journey, and it doesn't have to be just tarot reading, it could be getting into meditation, it could be reading books on how to better your health and your mental health, how to, improve your interpersonal relationships and your communication. All of that has to do with your spirit growing, because you want to grow into something better than what the world has made you into, what your survival instinct. You want to be more than your survival instinct, because of the things that you've experienced in this world. You guys are going through some really heavy energy, but I want to tell you right now, and this is going to sound so cliche, but you guys are not alone. Even if there's only 2 people watching this video and you're still watching it up until this point, and it's actually hitting you somewhere deep in here in your feels, obviously that means that there's 2 of you out there they're experiencing similar things. You may not be experiencing the exact same situation. Nobody does. But we all understand pain. We understand grief. We understand depression, loneliness, losing the will to live, losing the confidence, losing hope. At some point or another, we all have experienced that. And you wouldn't even believe me if I told you. You wouldn't even believe me if I told you that these past 6 months for me have been that too. So even if nobody else watching this video understands you, I understand you. We're going to keep looking at the energies that are in your life right now that's pushing you into this, and why it's pushing you. So we're going to look at why, because we just looked at what it is. It's very straightforward. Why? Here's the why. So we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is, you can see he's adventurous. You can see he travels quite a bit. This individual is confident. He moves quickly and he's unafraid. Or not that he's unafraid, but he has the courage to take action and to keep moving forward, because he knows no matter what he runs into on his journey, he's got the strength to overcome it. He's got the confidence to overcome it. He's got power behind him. He's got wisdom behind him. And you also have the Page of Wands. This is the why. I'm trying not to talk to you like how I talk to my usual clients about your spirit team leading you and pushing you and what they're trying to get you to do. They're trying to get you to rediscover your passion, why you really do the things that you do, and getting you to re-examine what has changed in your life that has thrown you off of this path. What has interrupted you up until this point, and getting back that confidence enough to say, I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to start something new. I'm ready to leave all of this behind and to start fresh. And that's what that Page of Wands is. The page is like a young energy. Anytime you see a page in a reading, it could be a messenger for some of you. And for others, it could be somebody with a very youthful spirit. This could be you. This could be you rediscovering your inner child and healing those inner child wounds and doing those things that really used to make you happy, even if they're absolutely just the most silliest, ridiculous thing that nobody else can understand. Being able to get back into that again. That's the why everything is happening the way it is. Okay, we're finally going to look at what they're leading you to. Oh, wow. What are you being led to? Opportunity, understanding. And being prepared for what comes next. Being prepared to stand your ground the next time. The Ace of Pentacles. Any of the aces in a tarot deck represent a new beginning of some kind. The pentacle is a coin. Coins can literally represent money. They can represent your finances. They can represent career. This can even symbolize marriage. Either way, this is about a new beginning of stability. And it doesn't have to be specifically any of the other things that I previously mentioned. This is leading you to that fresh start that I talked about earlier. This is leading you to starting over or starting fresh and starting on more stable footing, because as you've learned recently, very recently, in what area of your life this is, going back to the Tower, you've discovered that what you thought was stable is no longer stable. It's not as strong as you thought it was. It doesn't fit like you thought it did. It wasn't really what you wanted like you originally thought it was, or how you felt it was. And so now you're getting back on strong footing again. You're getting real about what exactly it is that you want and getting the opportunity to go for it. You guys also got, this is the High Priestess. This is what we call, like the Tower, I forgot to mention, this is what we call a major arcana in the tarot. This is one of 22 beginner cards that are in a deck of 78 cards usually. This is the number 2 card. And she could be a representative of the sign Pisces or Cancer. It doesn't have to be. That doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to like resonate with you. It doesn't have to be exactly this. So I want everybody to get the point that whenever somebody's reading tarot for you, it doesn't exactly have to be whatever the original meaning of this card is, because we're reading these all together in a story. This represents understanding. She's in between these two pillars, and behind the veil is the other side. It's that spiritual world that's behind her while she's here present in the physical world. And she seems very otherworldly. She's holding on to all of the knowledge that she's gained about balancing the knowledge and understanding that with positive energy comes negative energy, and you need both. You need both in life to keep a balance. The High Priestess represents your intuition, your gut feeling. Everything that's been happening to you at this point is to get you to, one, start over with a new opportunity to get stable again in whatever this is. This could even be healing for some of you. This could even be going to a therapist finally about whatever it was that happened to you at the age of 14 or 5 or 6 or 30 or 40, you know. The High Priestess, this is about understanding. This is that light bulb moment for some of you going, I understand why I had to go through the things that I went through to get me to this point. And now I can move forward with that knowledge. And now I'm stepping into trusting my gut feeling, trusting that moment when you feel like something's not quite right, or going on a lucky guess. Sorry if I'm talking slow. I'm trying not to use the language that I would normally use when I'm reading for people who consistently watch other readers, because they understand. They understand words like divine feminine, divine masculine. They understand tower moments. They understand healing, inner child work. And I'm trying to connect with you guys on a different level. I'm trying to connect with you guys in a way that you can understand, so that regardless of what your level of understanding is with tarot and with spirituality, everybody can get something out of this. The final thing that they're pushing you to. Here we got another page. Remember I said pages, youth, could be messenger. This is the Page of Swords. Swords in the tarot deck represent mentality. You're going to be more aware. And you're going to be at the beginning stages. That's what this is leading you to. You're going to become a little bit more aware, and you're going to be at the beginning, but it's okay. Because those of you who do want to go down this path, you're going to learn. You're going to learn, like this page, he seems to be almost looking over his shoulder, but really what he's doing is observing the terrain around him, and that's why he's on higher ground. Those of you in the military, you understand, you want to get to a, oh, how do I phrase this? I'm trying to think of another word that doesn't involve. Oh, sorry. You want to get to that point of opportunity. You want to get to high ground. You want to get to the high ground so that you are able to see what's coming, and so that you can see all potential entry points, exits, and outcomes. This is your mind being sharpened because now you understand. Now, this is not to say you need to become paranoid. It's not what this is saying at all. What this is saying is that you will be understanding. You will have a clearer mindset than you did before. And with you understanding the spiritual side, the spiritual aspect of this, and learning to trust your gut, you'll be able to see opportunities where other people don't. You will also be able to pick up on things that are not good for you and not supporting your growth, and things that are trying to send you back to the old you, send you back into that old mindset, send you back into that space of darkness, of feeling alone, feeling like you're not good enough, putting you back in a toxic relationship. You'll be able to see all of that, and you'll have an understanding. All right, you guys, I want to get a final positive message that kind of brings this all home. So I'll pull one or two more cards for this as your little nugget to take home with you, what you should consider when you leave this space today. So two fell in my lap. Oh, wow. So there are no positive or negative cards in the deck, but these two together, very positive. So we have another major arcana here, the Star, and this right here is the Eight of Wands. This is very fast movement. This could be also messages coming in, messages in the form of literal messages, emails, texts, support, fast movement. But with this together, because the Star is about your wish fulfillment, dream come true, peace in your life, and healing in your life and in your situation. All of this, your healing is going to be fast-tracked. Your good situation that you've been waiting for, that little bit of hope that you've been holding out for, it's coming in fast, you guys. And I promise you. And I want you guys to come back to me in 2 weeks. Come back to me in 2 weeks and let me know, because I want to know. But this is you progressing quickly on your journey with your spirituality if you're watching this video. Wow, I love that. I love that for you guys. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I know this may not be your thing. Even if it is, those of you who it is, I'm glad you watched as well. For those of you who's not, I'm glad you watched this anyway, and I really hope you got something out of it. And I wish you guys the best. I really wish you guys good luck. You've got a great outcome here, and I want you guys to remember that, you know, you're not alone. You're not alone in this. And, you know, my inbox is always open, even if you just need somebody to just listen to. Got you. I got you. We are officially homies from this point on. I'm a cornball, so it's going to happen. All right, you guys. Thank you for joining me so much for your Tarot Tuesday message, and I hope you have a very blessed day. Take care.